Company culture is the lifeblood of any organization. It's what defines how teams work together, how problems are solved, and ultimately how successful the business becomes. But what happens when something threatens that culture? Today, we're diving into a serious topic that affects every team, every company, and every organization, no matter the size. We're talking about how to protect and save your team and company culture. And one of the biggest culture killers? Gossip. We've broken this discussion into 5 key parts. Understanding gossip in the workplace, tracing gossip to its source, the consequences of gossip, how to stop gossip and save company culture, and action steps for leaders and teams. So, let's get started. Part 1. Understanding gossip in the workplace. Gossip. It's something we've all encountered, whether it's that innocent chat by the water cooler or whispers about a coworker behind closed doors. It might seem harmless at first, but gossip can be incredibly toxic, creating divisions, mistrust, and even bringing down the entire team's spirit. Think of gossip like a virus. It starts small, but if left unchecked, it spreads quickly. It divides people, erodes trust, and can destroy a company's core values. Gossip isn't always easy to detect, and it often spreads through informal channels. A casual remark here, a side comment there. Before you know it, it's shaping people's perceptions, affecting decision-making, and creating an unhealthy work environment. Part 2. Tracing gossip to its source. Now, what's really interesting is that, in many cases, gossip can be traced back to a single source. It could be one person, maybe they're frustrated, maybe they're looking to vent, but instead of addressing their concerns in a healthy, productive way, they turn to gossip. This person might not even realize the damage they're causing, but their behavior creates a ripple effect, and soon enough, the entire team feels the tension. A real-world example of this is the story of a tech company in Silicon Valley. Let's call it TechWorks. At TechWorks, there was one employee, we'll call him John, who started gossiping about a new project. John wasn't happy with how things were going, and instead of providing constructive feedback to his manager, he vented to his co-workers. Soon enough, rumors started flying that the project was going to fail. People started losing confidence in leadership, and productivity tanked. What had started as one person's frustration turned into a full-blown company-wide morale issue. It took months for TechWorks to recover. Leadership had to step in, reset the company's values, and rebuild trust, not just in the project, but in each other. Part 3. The consequences of gossip. So, what are the consequences of letting gossip run wild in a company? Here are a few major ones. First, it destroys trust. Once people hear rumors or feel like they're the subject of gossip, they stop trusting their colleagues. That sense of team spirit? Gone. Second, it creates division. Instead of working together, gossip leads to cliques and factions within the team. People start choosing sides, and collaboration becomes difficult, if not impossible. And third, gossip damages leadership credibility. When leaders don't address gossip, or worse, contribute to it, employees lose respect for them. This is exactly what happened at TechWorks. Leadership didn't address John's concerns early, and it spiraled into a much bigger issue. Part 4. How to stop gossip and save company culture. Alright, so we've established that gossip is toxic. But what can we do about it? How do we stop gossip and save our company culture? First, leaders need to take proactive steps. Create an open culture where feedback and concerns can be voiced without fear of retaliation. If employees feel heard, they're far less likely to resort to gossiping. Encourage regular check-ins with your team, both formally and informally. It's about keeping communication channels open so that no one feels the need to gossip in the first place. Second, address gossip directly. When you notice it, don't ignore it. Call it out in a respectful, constructive way. Sometimes simply confronting the person behind the gossip can stop it in its tracks. And remember, gossip often stems from underlying issues. Maybe there's something going on in the company that isn't being communicated well. Maybe employees feel uncertain about the future. By addressing these root causes, you can prevent gossip before it even starts. Part 5. Action steps for leaders and teams. Now let's talk about what you can do right now to save your team and company culture from gossip. First, establish a zero-tolerance policy for gossip. Make it clear that gossiping about others is not acceptable and will be addressed. Second, train your team on how to give and receive constructive feedback. Empower them to bring issues to their managers or HR, rather than engaging in negative side conversations. And finally, lead by example. If you're a leader, be the first to demonstrate open communication, transparency, and respect. Your actions will set the tone for the entire company. Now, the conclusion of this video. Company culture is incredibly valuable, and protecting it from the negative effects of gossip should be a priority for every leader and every team member. By addressing gossip at its source, fostering open communication, and leading by example, you can save and even strengthen your company's culture. Thanks for listening. If you found this discussion helpful, consider sharing it with your team. Together, we can build stronger, healthier workplace cultures. Until next time, take care and stay positive.